not panic. Do not panic.
Yo, what's up with the internet crap?
Scrapple TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Mr. Brother JT, welcoming you to a very special Trippin Ballz with an icon of the space rock legacy. Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Oh. Welcome to Philadelphia, Mr. Nik Turner.
Hello, it's great to be here. We are, we are, we are, where 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 we are.
Come down and join us, you big fat fellow up there. Gosh darn it, it's nice for you to be here with this legend of rock, Mr. Nik Turner.
Thank you.
The show's called Trippin Ballz, from what I understand. And
Okay.
I'm going to put these on to make sure everything's, oh dear, everything's yellow. I got to get that fixed.
Everything is
tomorrow.
fallible.
Yeah. We talk about hallucinogenic drugs, and I'm just wondering, you know, first question, number one, how many of a role did old hallucinogenics play in Hawkwind's sound?
100% probably.
We are the survivors! The eternal survivors! Androgynous energies traveling through time!
This was about 69 when you guys got
about
together?
1969.
had
Yeah,
some
we
kind of
found
band?
LSD. I turned onto it, and then I took it for 2 or 3 years. And I think, you know, we recorded stuff on it all the time. Whenever we played, we were on it.
Because that's hard sometimes. If you're, the acid back then was pretty strong, and you know, I would imagine you're up there and things start happening.
One time we were doing a reception for Andy Warhol for one of his superstars. I think it was Viva, Miss Viva in London, and we did the gig, and the audience turned into skeletons. And I thought, I mean, I just ignored it. I saw all the wires turned into snakes, and they're all moving about, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. I think you become very open and prone to intervention by the spirits.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it, really. It's what it's about.
You think maybe they're with us here right now? Spirits like all around?
Well, I think so, yeah. I take magic mushrooms occasionally.
Sure.
And I've been very interested in ayahuasca lately. I was actually called to speak at a conference in London about psychedelic drugs. It was called a conference called Breaking Convention, and I just was invited to talk about my experiences. But a lot of people were talking about ayahuasca. I just talked about LSD, mescaline, peyote, STP, DMT, THC, PCP.
FBI.
We're going to take you to a completely different scene. This place is called Utopia.
What was it live? I think that I meant like. What was it like or live to be in Hawkwind at the height, early 70s? I'm thinking, this is my impression, you're all living together in in a huge log cabin, and somewhere on the outskirts of Bedfordshire or somewhere, you're all in there together, and there's just like this endless parade of yeah, goo, goo, coming at you at all times. A pleasure to be alive.
Yeah.
So much like the Monkees, only with so much more sex and drugs.
Yeah, it was rather like that. Although not just generally completely like that. We didn't live in a large log cabin in Bucks.
But something.
We actually lived in London.
Did you live together though sometimes?
We lived with Robert Calvert, Lemmy, Dick Mick. Dave Brock stayed there sometimes. I do gigs and I want them to be a healing experience. Yeah. And I want people to get high with me, but not necessarily on drugs. I didn't think the drugs were a negative thing, and I never advocated taking drugs personally. I'd just rather people made their own mind up and made their own choices about whether they take drugs or not. And I think there can be certain benefits from drugs.
I think you can get high off Hawkwind music, stone cold sober, because I like the way it sounds. It's a primal thing. I picture you guys as Vikings, space Vikings. I mean, you can go around and play those songs, and it's 40 years now, and
I know, yeah, and it's still good, yeah, it's still valid. It's got the energy. It had the energy then.
Relentless.
Yeah.
Remember, in case of sonic attack, survival means every man for himself.
You actually went to a pyramid, the Great Pyramid?
I went to Egypt for a holiday. Yeah. A friend of mine invited me there for Christmas, but the day I was flying out, which was probably 2 days before Christmas, he got deported. So I thought, well, I've got my ticket here, I think I may as well go anyway. And immediately I got off the airplane, I got a taxi to the Great Pyramid, and this is at sort of midnight, climbed up on top of it and sat playing my flute. And then it started raining, and I thought, well, that's bizarre really, because it never rains in the desert. I managed to get permission to record inside the Great Pyramid from the Directory of Antiquities on the site. When I'm recording it, I was visualizing all the Egyptian gods and the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and visualizing it as a means of a sort of a manual for using the Great Pyramid as a means of interdimensional travel. I visualized this soul on Venus who went into a pyramid, and to meet the crew of the pyramid, who are actually all the Egyptian gods. Yeah.
Have you ever had any close encounters of the word up kind?
Of the worst kind?
Yes. Exactly.
I think I might have done, yeah. I'm not really sure, you know. It's those sort of things where you start hallucinating in certain circumstances and think you're seeing things that, I mean, not on drugs at all. I was in Yucatan, and I visited the tomb of the Lord Pakal. This is called the Temple of Inscriptions. And you feel, I mean, it's a bit like the King's Chamber, you know, we have to go up this pyramid and then go downstairs inside it. And I sort of felt this presence. You know, these are all universal images, archetypes, and I find a great deal of interest in those sort of things, to know they knew so much that we don't know, and I want to know what they know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brother JT. This is Nik Turner. Thank you for watching Trippin.
Well, thank you, thank you. Is that your brains?